Hello, golfers. Welcome back to JD Golf TV, your home for playing better, faster. Today's lesson is going to be on one of the more important things in the entire world of golf, which is how to use your feet in the golf swing, weight shift, if you will. We're going to be using this swing catalyst. This is a pressure plate. I do have a dual force plate system as well, but this is at the home studio. So this is just a pressure plate that shows the instantaneous center of pressure. That means when I stand right here, my pressure is where it is. In fact, it is right underneath my center of mass. Unless I stand like this, whoa, or I stand like this, that big giant white ball is the instantaneous center of all the pressures I'm putting in. And this thing is going to help us understand a lot about how to strike the ball better, alter your club path, stop shanking the damn thing, and actually hit the ball farther. So let's get after it. Well, folks, one of the big problems in the world of golf is misinformation. And you have been led down the incorrect path of believing that swaying is a bad thing. We got to get rid of that word. Maybe we should call it shifting, because sway is absolutely necessary to play the game well. If you're going to have any kind of speed, it's sort of like this. If I have a baseball in my hand, oh, wait a minute. Did you know that baseball batting is not analogous to golf? Baseball pitching is. In baseball pitching, if I put my weight on my right foot and I stand here and throw, I can throw it all the way to home plate. I don't know if I can anymore. Maybe you could. But when I was a kid, I used to be able to throw like that quite far. However, I am possibly never, ever, ever going to strike out anybody, even a 5-year-old kid, stand on my back foot. I can't throw it fast enough. Okay, I can't, because I need to recruit more muscle. Okay, I need a bigger range of motion. Oh, is that fair? Is that fair? That's a great way to understand. Hey, wait a minute. This is like pitching. This is like wind up. Well, curiously enough, you know what I call the backswing? The wind up. I wind up, and where is my foot going? Toward the target. Where's my hand going? It's going away from the target. Ain't that something? By the way, if you have kids or grandkids, do them a huge favor. Play catch. A lot of catch. They'll learn this two-way motion that is absolutely necessary in a very natural way, which is beautiful. They'll have it in their golf swing rather than having to teach it to them. But in your case, since you probably don't shift your weight real good either, let's talk about how to do it. Okay, so on the swing cat, error messages and all. Toes, heels, front foot, back foot. Okay? Turns out, having watched many professional golfers, PGA Tour players, LPGA Tour players, did you realize that to get the backswing working, these golfers actually push off of the front foot? They use this foot to push that way. Now, folks, sorry, this is the action force is this way, but gets changed by friction. Although I'm pushing this way, the ground, friction under my foot, the ground pushes me in the backswing direction. The force goes toward the target. You'll see the left foot light up during the backswing. Then the downswing. Wait a minute, the downswing, I'm skating this way. It's sort of like speed skating. Okay? Well, I wish I could do that faster. There it is. Now, folks, yes, I am moving my hips way too much. Did you realize that you can have no body weight movement? Meaning I could have a zero shift backswing. There I'm on my front foot. See that? Very much a stack and tilt sort of arrangement. You agree? 60% of the front foot. But then to cause the downswing, see that pressure still goes. I still have to push. If I'm swinging on one leg, I'm not going to have any speed. It's not how a human moves. Okay? I need both feet. Unless I don't have both feet, then I'll make do with what I have. Okay, so there's a push off in the direction of the target to cause the backswing. There's a push off like skating, driving, pushing off that mound, the rubber on the mound, whatever you want to call it, it's fine with me. Tearing this carpet off this thing, driving the mat or the ground backwards, whatever you want to call it, it's fine with me. Fool around with it. Words seem to matter to people a lot. So I go back. I have a little, oh, I like this right here. See that? I'm already getting moving. And you're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see the world long drive champion do stuff like this. This is called the stomp. He's moving a bunch. I would have people move a little bit more with the feet than leaning. So there we go. Boy, I would love to start my swing like this rather than starting from dead still. Okay? You could have even a little kick start like that. You've seen that before, right? You even see Matt Wolf do something like that. George Spieth does something similar. Right? It's been around forever and ever and ever. So there's the kick. There it goes. And kick, go. Now let's have a quick peek at what we just saw happen. Fair enough? Okay, folks, there's the old timer, old Dunigan. Look at him go. And I'm on the right foot totally. Oh, left foot. And I push, oh, got to 70% of the front foot and pushed off to the back side. Okay. And here I've got 85% of my pressure to my trail foot and pretty much right in the arch. And then the right foot pushes off. It's not just falling into this front foot. It's not just a lean. This foot, folks, this foot is pushing hard this way. Okay? During the backswing, this foot had already pushed, not so hard, it's a little baby arrow, toward the target. Okay? That's what's going on. And this is shift. There he is, 82% to the lead foot, 86 by impact. All right? Now, that's pretty cool. Interesting look at the trace. It's a little archy. Okay, there's an arc to it. That's nice and cool. We're going to talk about that very shortly. We have a saying around old JD Golf. The divot follows your hiney. So basically speaking, if I get this baby moving more in front of the golf ball, the divot's going to move forward with me, all things being equal. Certainly, you would agree with me. Certainly, you would agree that if my weight was back here, if I was even my whole mass back here, the center of my whole body was moved back here, it would be easy to hit back here. You would also agree, I hope, that if all of me was over this way more, it'd be easier to hit in front. I think that's the no-brainer of the century. Well, as it turns out, it really is a big deal. And this is the actual in the ground reaction forces. Remember, we're using pressure today. But this pressure is showing a lot about how I'm pushing in this linear or horizontally along the ground, number one ground reaction force. It's number one because it happens first, okay? There also is a rotation, and that would be basically me doing this number. I would do a 360 for you, but I can't. That's twisting the mat this way. And then there's also a push down and up. And the push down is not the force. I lower myself so then I can push up. I actually unweight the force when I go down. And then it spikes way up. It's really cool. I do love my force plate at work. It's really, really cool. I should bring that sucker home. Maybe this winter I'll do it. Any case, maybe I'll just film some stuff from there. That would be maybe better. Okay, So we got our shiftiness. Let me show you a couple things about how to use it. So you got the idea of skating. Got the idea, I call the shuffling in the shoes. You got that idea. Let's make it a little bit more dramatic. It's called step one. Now we're going to make two-way motion, right? We're going to be moving the shift in this direction while the club is still going back. Folks, that's difficult, but you're going to see it in almost all golfers, even Matsuyama, who takes it up here and pretty much stops and has lunch. It stays here, his lower body gets going, then the club comes down. Okay, that's just a normal human motion to throw something really, really far. And these guys are hitting it, and girls hitting it really, really far. Okay, so step one, feet together. Okay, and a step to the right, get the club halfway back. Now you don't have, you can just go like this. Okay, but it works like that. Halfway back. Are we ready? Yeah, get the ball location right correct first. You might want to tee these up. I'm on a mat. Actually, with the plate, I'm on two mats, so I'm pretty much protected. Plus, what are you going to do? Here, you ready for this now? I'm going to be swinging up and stepping together. Whoa, that was a whole bunch of shift of the entire guy. All right, here we go. The two-step. You see that? Now, folks, when I do this, I am not just falling into my left shoe at all. I'm going to put that thing down with authority and push off my trousers. You can see, the left foot disappeared because I'm stepping. The left foot comes back down, boink, and that right foot's pushing. That right foot turned pretty red, didn't it? Isn't that cool? So you can see that I'm really pushing forward. Hey, a quick hint. Get those shirt buttons pointed up to the sky and your head won't go forward. You won't go falling all over the place. Isn't that cool? All right, let's go again. Once you've done step one a bunch, you might want to come to step two, what we call the two-step. And this is a biggie. That shuffle I already showed you is actually the third one. Well, maybe the fourth one. Don't worry about that. Let's call it the third one. Okay. Advanced footwork. Feet together. Now, what I love about this footwork business is it provides a lovely rhythm and a mantra. You can actually say it to yourself as you're swinging. You will not have enough brain power left to worry about hitting a good shot. Folks, I don't know where these balls are going. I don't care where they're going. It's trying to move. I'll get that and I will assimilate that motion. I'll get the feel of it. Yes, I understand it, I understand it, I understand it. Then I can kind of push it, keep doing it, push it more to the background. Maybe at first it takes 100% of my attention to do it. Then when I get it down to 25%, then I can probably add a little 75% toward trying to hit the ball somewhere. Better do it in order. That's a really, really big deal. Okay, feet together. Step, swing, step, swing. Oh, baby, that's cool. Okay. Step, swing, step, swing. You can see the club's going back as I start my shift. Really big deal. Really big deal, okay? And that will help you a ton. Now, mind you, we're not talking yet about the rotational force or the vertical force, just this horizontal force, linear along the ground, okay? But I'm going to alter it slightly. I'm going to talk about this center of pressure trace. Now, again, you see the white ball? Okay, and you see that this line in between my feet, there's a dotted line, and then there's a straight, real thin line. Well, it turns out that that line, the direction it's going, it's in Catalyst, heel, toe, trail foot, heel, toe, front foot, heel, toe, heel, heel, toe, heel, toe. Well, folks, arch, arch, baby. Arch, 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 arch into the heel. Well, what if I told you that the club path is going to be tied very much directly to the direction of the shift? Whoa, it's actually true. I've seen it hundreds of times now. So check this out. If I go, I'm your typical slicer. Where does the typical slicer? You've seen them if you aren't him or her, where they fall backwards on the swing, right? They come right out of the shot. Yes, you've seen it. I know you have. Okay, typical slice move. Okay, let's see what we get. Well, there's your typical slice. Okay, let's take a quick peek at that. Oh, you're going to like this. You're going to like this a lot. Okay, we have the launch monitor. The club path was 10 degrees to the left. And we see our trusty foot pressure trace. And on the backswing, the kid went out to the toes a little bit, not as much as I thought. Interesting, feels not real. And watch this thing circle into my heel. Doink. The weight's falling backwards. Uh-oh. The div follows your hiney. I should have hit that one fat, but I've been playing golf for a really long time. Look at the trace. Look at this little straight line. Okay. Now, wait a minute. Come over here and go 10 degree to the left. Negative path. That is a slice path if I ever saw one. There is the flight. Okay. Didn't slice a ton. That's because I didn't create a big difference between the face and the path because I've been playing golf forever. All right. Next one up, folks. Watch this. That was 10 degrees left. Don't forget that now. I have taken so many slicers. Yes, I've had to fix their grip first. Can you believe I said grip again? You knew it was coming. And then taught them to go heel, toe, trail, heel, lead, toe, trail, heel, lead, toe. You can see which way that line is moving now. It's moving out to the right. Okay, let's take a look at what that does. Hey, folks, I'm not going to cheat on you here. I am not even built that way. I'm not going to try to do anything with the club path. I'm just going to swing. I'm paying attention only to my feet, where I'm pushing the heel of the shoe into the ground and the ball. In fact, to be quite honest, I don't really pay attention to my feet themselves. I pay attention to the shoe, squishing the shoe. I have these little cool dog toys that squeak. They're real thin, and I'll put them under somebody's foot and have them squish it and make a squeak on the backswing. Squish this one. It's pretty cool. It has to do with external focus of attention. We'll get there later. Okay, so we want a heel toe, right? Trail heel, lead toe. Right heel, lead toe. See what happens. Okay, heel, toe. Okay. Now, the ball did the exact opposite. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look. So you can already see the difference in the trace. Here's the other. Oh boy. And here's the new. The club path. Well, it drew. You see that. The club path went 20 degrees in the opposite direction without even trying, simply by letting my feet lead the way to better golf. Heel, out to the toe. And what that does for us is just amazing. Okay, this is a really, 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 really big deal. But I've got one last thing to tell you about this. From this down the line view, I think it's important that we don't get way crazy about how far to the heel you might never recover, or how far to the toe, or the other way. Okay, we get real crazy about that. By the way, do you notice as I'm moving, my body's turning? Wait, let me see. I can't do it without turning. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Are you telling me my footwork is related to how I move? Really? Of course it is. This is really interesting. Give yourself some time to fool with it. Don't get too far to the toes, because I'll tell you what. Quick story about the shanks. A new student, never taught him before, recommended by one of my students whose son I teach, who's a killer. Guy's getting ready for a golf trip and cannot hit the ball anymore. Got a case of the laterals, shanks. And his buddy is telling him, you've got to get your weight on your heels. And he's shanking it worse because his brain is going, oh my gosh, we're off balance. Find the center back again. Actually, folks, if you do get to the case of the laterals, all you want to do is start on the balls of your feet, for goodness sakes, and work away through impact. Right? I'm way back toward the wall. I'm reverse thrusting. A shank is very much forward thrust. No bueno. If anything, we go backward, okay? So if you do get into the shanks, check your grip. Is the club face too open and you're just asking for it? Is it that you're moving into the ball shank, or is it that your path is getting off? But in any case, I digress. This is a footwork video, and I hope that this helps a ton. You've got some serious homework to do, but you could change your life by changing how your shoesies are interacting with the ground. Okay? Get after it.